Bhagwan Shri Yogi Ramsuratkumar ki jai. Sarvam Yogi Ramsuratkumar Arpanamastu. Let us offer our grateful pranams at the lotus feet of our Bhagwan for this opportunity. It is no small praise. Since there was no satsang this morning, we will quickly finish one leela because a new paradigm. I have a new paradigm which says one leela a day will keep the Maya away. So we'll quickly gallop through the details of a leela, the Kripa leela, and then switch over to Tamil. We have been seeing varieties. When somebody has some disease, how Bhagwan came to their help, or some danger to life, some accident. Varieties. Now today we shall see how somebody got into a financial crisis and how Bhagwan came to their rescue. One Dr. Shanti from Kanchipuram had come here a few years back with her students, a professor in English department. She is now working in Changalpattu Government Arts College. She used to do a lot of satsang in Kanchipuram. And one of the satsang sessions, somebody gave her as a gift a book on Yogi Ramsuratkumar. She read through it, and then she visited the ashram with her students. She learnt about the Nama, and she picked it up, but then she did not pay much attention to it. Soon, she forgot all about it. It would come now and then, but then it did not impress upon her so much that she would remember it. 2 years passed, and then a crisis came. Her husband was running a hotel in Bangalore, and soon she found out that he was cheated by the workers because he did not handle the accounts properly. Its lack of attention and carefulness. With the result, the money, he had no idea how everything was looted. Slowly, so much of money, so many lakhs, nearly 1.5 crores. That's a huge amount of money, and she didn't know what to do. She called her husband back, and she had to manage. How would she do it? She kept all her jewels, and then whatever savings that she had done all went down the drain. And then whatever amounts that she could manage otherwise also went down. She even began to borrow money from her students. And still there was a big gap, a gaping pit of debt. And she couldn't possibly manage it anymore. And that's when she came here with just a student And she cried and cried so much that she said she did not know how to come out of the situation. So, as usual, I told her, as I always tell people, everything is in the name, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. Just keep chanting because he's promised to rush help to us. Even if you call out without devotion, it doesn't matter, it's a pressing need. Just keep chanting, chanting, chanting. And also write. I gave her a notebook to write also. I said, take up this prayer that you should come out of it successfully and that it should be done sooner than later. I just keep praying, chanting and praying and chanting and praying. What else to do? And that was the easiest. Of course, she became so desperate. Now we know why Bhagwan, why God gives us troubles in life. Otherwise, there will be no momentum to our sadhana. It will be wishy-washy. And so, now she is so desperate, she came and stayed here in one of the rooms. And then she was chanting and writing and chanting and writing. And when she left, she didn't have money. We all prayed for her to come out of this at the earliest. And then she said she went back, she started to write and chant day and night. And she would have crossed only a few pages. And then, to her surprise, her father came to her. See, her father was a crorepati. He had saved quite a lot of money, but he was a little miserly about it. He wouldn't easily dispense with it. And he was very, very fond of his son. So much so, he wanted to leave everything only to him. Then this was the condition, and there was no way she could try anything at all with him. She gave up. She resorted to only this Nama, Yogi Ramsuratkumar. And then suddenly, her father was on her doorstep. Something, they fell out, he and his son. He could no more stay with his son. And none of the daughters, the other daughters, her sisters, were prepared to keep him. Because he never spent money. He wanted everybody to look after them, but would never spend money on them. So they were all fed up with him, and none of them were prepared to keep him. And that is when he came to her, and then she didn't know anything about this. She thought, okay, my father is here and he's got lots of money and I'm in a crisis. Yogi Ramsuratkumar, please help. She didn't know Bhagwan had already helped her. So she said, Father, please give me 10 lakhs. I will pay it back. He said, okay, but only on one condition. You should look after me well. Then I will give you the money. She was so happy. You can imagine her reaction, the most unexpected moment. Just by calling out to Yogi Ramsuratkumar, here was her father right at the doorstep. And what was more, he was offering the money. And she was only too happy to look after him, not for the money. She says she truly loved him. And she looked after him so well that at the end, before he passed away, he left everything to her. Just imagine how a certain situation was handled, a certain situation was created, and how it was handled by the grace, by the divine grace. This is what happens. We just have to we have to resort to chanting the name and see how Bhagwan helps. So intelligently, manipulating, monitoring the situations. so that all their previous karmas, the past karmas would work out for everybody, and it would make a very curious combination. That finally everybody benefited. Her father was well looked after, her financial crisis was over, and the others learned their lessons. Every way, everything was managed so well that it benefited everyone in some way or the other. This is what the grace does. And this is what we have to do. Resort to chanting the name. Take up any prayer which is very urgent for you, and then for that prayer, keep on chanting and writing and chanting and writing, whichever is possible at any moment. And you will see at some nama, your prayer is fulfilled to everybody's satisfaction. This is the gift of praise from our Bhagwan. Now, we shall submit our today's prayers at His holy feet. We need His blessings very badly, the way the world is today, suffering so much, in the grip of an unknown, unseen virus, a teeny tiny virus. All the strength of the army, the strength of money would not help, could not help. Now we have to resort to only the Nama chanting. Let's pray soulfully, Bhagwan, please intervene and free the entire world from the grip of this virulent virus and bring back normalcy, a dharmic normalcy everywhere. And Bhagwan, please uproot the panic from the hearts of people, arrest the spread of the disease, and enter the vaccine that could kill the virus without any side effects. And we beg you again for that to reach the people who need it badly. And Bhagwan, again, all those people who labor hard, selflessly, at the very risk of their lives, for the sake of other lives, please give them protection. And we beg you to give a boost to the economy and support all the measures to improve it. And above all, give us constant remembrance of your name. Remembrance of God is the only goal of life for everyone, wherever you are, whichever culture you are rooted. And Bhagwan, we know intellectually that we are only instruments in the hands of the Divine, but we don't remember it. We are not aware of it all the time. We beg you again and again to give us this attitude of being an instrument in your hands, and a good one at that. And above all, let us stay through life with gratitude, the attitude of gratitude. Jai Yogi Ramsuratkumar.